Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here from NBC Sports Bay Area. I'm actually in the Oakland airport. I was in San Francisco today. I spoke at a WISE event, Women in Sports and Events, and it was a great event. And it kind of brought me back to why I do this and how I started out being, and how I've become a 49ers beat reporter for NBC Sports Bay Area. So I originally started covering the team, covering it for a women's blog. And then shortly after that, moved to SB Nation, Niners Nation. I was there for, I would say, 3.5 years. And then was brought over to NBC Sports Bay Area in 2018 in October. So since then, I've been with NBC Sports Bay Area. And I got to speak to a lot of young ladies today about, you know, the journey of getting into this business and why you want to do it, how crazy it is, if you like it, what can help you get in the door. And it just reminded me of the different things that have happened, or the crazy things that have happened over my 12-year career of covering. I'm going to my 12th year of covering the 49ers. And, they asked me, what was my welcome to the NFL moment? And, going into locker rooms is a tough thing to do as a female. And it's about building relationships with the players so that they know they can trust you and that you're not in there for anything but covering the story of the game or their story or what what happened during the day or at practice, what's happening with the team. So making sure that that's a thing. I also kind of remembered my first real big NFL moment kind of came as a kind of a joke. Um, the Los Angeles Rams were on Hard Knocks. Jeff Fisher was the coach, and he was telling his players, you either stand on the white line, players stand on the white line, coaches stand on the yellow line. You have your hand on your heart, you have your helmet underneath your arm. You're organized, you're paying attention for the national anthem. So during the preseason game, I took a picture of the 49ers sidelines, and everybody was paying attention, but they were spread out all over the sidelines. So clumps here, clumps there. But I took a picture of it, and my tweet was, this sideline is not Jeff Fisher approved. Turns out between the two Gatorade tubs was Colin Kaepernick sitting during the national anthem. And it's honestly, it's the only published picture of him sitting during the national anthem. Every other picture since then has been of him kneeling during the national anthem. It turned into an entire movement. And so that was kind of my first big moment in the NFL. It's been a long time since I've talked about that, but kind of one of those pivotal moments. And it's kind of a lesson on, it's not always forcing things to happen. Sometimes things happen for a reason. Sometimes you notice things that, you find interesting, so then other people will find interesting. Sometimes it's, a happy accident, like getting a picture of Colin Kaepernick sitting on the bench during the national anthem, which obviously turned into a huge, huge international moment in time. So I've met a lot of lovely young ladies tonight, and it was fun to talk to them about their stories, what they'd like to do, and I gave them some tips. So if there's anyone out there that is interested in covering sports, and it doesn't have to be in football, it could be in any sport, my tip is to start doing it during the off season. During the season, things are stressed. It is about the business, it's about winning. And so it's really hard to get your foot in the door with a team. I covered pro camps for a long time, which is where NFL players go and they coach 300 kids at a time. They're more relaxed. It's during the off season. Any charity events you can get to. It's a time where you can kind of build bonds and relationships with players, build your own website, build your own social media platform, but always be fair, be listening, watch everybody else who is already doing it for a job. That is my biggest thing. One of the people that I look up to so much during my beginning early years of this was Mindy Bach. I watched everything she did. I watched how she conducted herself with mountain players. I watched how she asked questions. I watched how she listened to players. And it was, really important in the development of my career and someone that I will always look up to. And, guys like Matt Maiocco, I know I've told you this before, Cam Inman, both those guys have been super influential on how to conduct yourself in a press box with an organization, how to get around the city, how to get around questions, how to get around tough things. So if anyone has any questions at all, I'd love to chat with you about it, but definitely reach out and just, a little non-football, but football conversation this evening. I hope everybody's well. And if you have any questions about maybe getting into sports broadcasting or building your own blog, please reach out. All right. I don't have my mic today, so I don't know how the sound quality is on this, but hopefully it's not terrible. Talk to you guys soon.